Yellow 7-9 civilians on display. My bongo hooked it up. Oh my god, dip my rim today so you can ride out to the honeycomb hide out. I'm showing you how to wild out like Jack Triple.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. In this game, we'll see the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for Cleveland, after 8 games, they're an outstanding 7-1. Things have come together for them very quickly here early in the season. We'll get to see Ricky Rubio on the court tonight. The guy can be a magician with the basketball. One of the most exciting passers in the league. Guys both past and present. Who are some of the players who were the most fun to watch pass the basketball? Shaq?
Well, I played with one of them in Miami. Helped me get a championship. Jason White Chocolate Williams.
Oh, yeah.
I went to school where another one went to school. Pistol Pete Maravich was also very fabulous. But last one, Ernie, Steve Nash. Played with him in Phoenix also, those 3 guys.
You reckon there were any times, Shaq, in practice that you got, you just didn't see a pass coming?
Oh, no.
Took it right in the nose? Oh, come on. I'm sure you did. Everybody's done that.
No, Ernie.
No. But not the answer I thought I'd get from him, Kenny.
Well, I hate to say this. You can't mention these 2 guys in the same name with Rubio, but Magic Johnson.
Oh.
I mean, Magic Johnson is the guy. He's the guy who made the no-look pass.
Did you just mention Rubio and Magic on the same list?
I said I can't do that.
Okay, all right. I'm just making sure. Okay.
But Rubio's really good.
No, he's good.
But he's no Magic Johnson.
He's no Magic Johnson.
But he's pretty good.
Really good.
I'll leave it there.
And I'm with you on Pistol. He was the
Yes,
best.
he was the man.
That was great. That'll do it for us for here for now. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Tell him sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, Barclays Center. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some terrific NBA action. Joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. You look at Cleveland, everyone on this team is pleased with the beginning of the season. They're playing so well right now, 5 consecutive wins.
And they can put themselves into a great position in the season series by winning tonight. They've won the first one, 2 to go after this, so they'd be assured of at least a split.
Any win is important, especially when it's against a team in your conference. You know they want to win this one badly.
And before we get underway here, let's check over with David Aldridge, who was able to talk with head coach Jeff Hornacek.
Well, guys, he said, we know what we have to do to beat this team because we've already done it once this year. And when I asked him about changing things up in the second meeting, he said, why would we? Until they prove they can handle us, we're not changing a thing. Sounds like he's pretty happy with the formula that won that first game, guys.
Thanks so much, David. And as the NBA season gets going, some teams look good on paper, but it doesn't always add up. And as a player, Steve, how do you know that your team has a shot to be special? What are the signs that tell you that?
I think training camp, I think the focus, I think you can just feel that chemistry. And a lot of times you've been on teams where you say, it looks good on paper, but it's not going to work well because skill-wise, general managers think it's going to work. But I think personality, sometimes they just clash.
And you can't have it. Winning teams, they have a little bit of tension, but overall they're on the same page.
You got to be on the same page to win it all.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Kevin Love out there with Baldwin. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's LeBron James. Passes to Baldwin. He tries for 3. Rose gets the bucket. Rose has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Derrick Rose, when he's in the outside shot, creates even more space for him to operate.
Simmons sets a screen for George. The dish to Simmons, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. On defense, Brooklyn. It's a three-point game. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Yeah, and some nights, you know, the starters carry the load, and then there's others when it's about the bench. That night, the bench won out.
Sometimes when you go to your second unit, sometimes the offense can bog down. Not that night.
In the corner, it's James. Cleveland moving the ball around. Over Simmons. Rose, no good.
Tough miss. He found some space inside the arc, but he could deliver.
And it's Russell missing.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
Now here's LeBron. A 26-point game for him in the win against New Orleans.
And when you factor in the assist totals, that's a complete game.
And the three ball is good.
And that's one of his strengths, knocking down those long-range jump shots.
And George kicks to Simmons. Fires for three. And George is good for three.
Okay, it's on. Trading blows here from distance.
You know what? Both sides are in rhythm. The defense out there having no effect.
Now here's Rose. To the middle. Kicks it out to Love. And it's off from three-point range. Russell with it. Allen outside. Here's Leiden. 4 on the clock. And the Nets, another three.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from three.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Baldwin can't get it to go.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
That's how it's drawn up. That is, everything but the finish.
Cavaliers have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Over in the corner, Rose. It's a pick by Love. LeBron outside, to the inside, taken away. Now Russell. He had 13 points in the win against Miami. Outside, George. And the pass to Leiden. Simmons, a screen on Rose. Here's Leiden. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Heating up early on. This is exactly how he wanted to start the night.
Well, he has the ability to get you off on the right foot. Now it's just about sustaining it.
Now, here is Russell. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
And let's take a quick look now at some stats for Love. Coming off a terrific season, he averaged about 19 points a game last year, 13 rebounds and 2 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Totally. You want your team to at least hold court when the reserves come in. He definitely keeps you solid up front.
Rose, no good. Nets trail by 3.
And over the course of the Nets franchise history, some interesting decisions. I mean, back in the 90s, they came very close to changing the team name to the Swamp Dragons. I think I'm just going to leave that one right there.
You have to box him out or he's going to beat you to the glass on both sides of the floor.
On the wing, James. There's the triple. A rebound by the Nets. So, Greg, how close were the Nets to being the Swamp Dragons anyway?
Well, it needed a unanimous vote of all the teams to change it, but there was one vote against it. The Nets themselves voted against the change, and they had 7 owners who rotated voting duties, and the one on deck got cold feet.
Here's Bolt. Oh!
Wow! We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. And that replay sponsored by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play. Russell, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 3. The tray, no good there. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Allen with the screen for Russell. The Nets need to get a shot off here. A nice shot by George.
Yeah, and you love how Russell keeps his eyes up. Rarely misses a guy when he's free.
LeBron outside. Paul George with the steal. He feeds it to Russell. Pass to Leiden. Simmons, a screen on Rose. Just 4 to shoot. That gives them the lead. Leiden's got 5 now.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Baldwin the pass to LeBron. And out of bounds is Brooklyn gains possession.
Now let's take a look at Paul George, some stats on him. Last season, he played outstanding. 3rd in free throw percentage and amongst the league's top-tier scorers, top 20 in points per game.
And just going back to his free throw efficiency, it's about confidence when you're at the line. You've always said it. He had it. That's how he ended up with the top 3 ranking. Now here's Simmons. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. Here's Allen. His last outing, he had 8 points. Just 5 to shoot. Baseline try, and George gets it to go. George has got his 3rd bucket of the night. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Pass to the chosen one. Back to Rubio. Bosch dishes to Shumpert. Allen against Howard. Shot to stop the run. Rebound by Jang.
That was very tight defense. He tried to force the layup anyway. I think that was a questionable decision.
And George kicks to Lynn. Back to George. Dishes it to Allen. Outside, George. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Outside Bosch. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for Cleveland.
And no doubt they relied upon that 3-point shot to provide a big chunk of their scoring. Now, that's been a trend in the modern NBA, and they took that philosophy and ran with it.
Now here's Allen. Left side, George. This one, the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Once he's dialed in, helping to dictate the flow of this game.
Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Allen. Well, Steve, with all the sharpshooters in the league right now, we'll always see the pick and roll. It's never going to go away. Usually it was a small and a big. A guard getting the screen, the big then rolling inside and getting the pass. But now because the players are sometimes, we see smaller lineups, a lot of guards on the floor, 3 guards at a time. Sometimes you do see a guard-to-guard pick and roll. You see different sizes combining with the most standard play in the league.
You're totally right, Kevin. You look at the pick and roll, the hardest play to defend, and now we have the pick and pop. The bigs are not rolling, and like you said, we have guard-to-guard pick and roll. You want to just create a mismatch, and because of all the spacing, it's so hard because when a guy rolls down the lane, there's such a long run for defenders now. So that's why the pick and roll is great, especially with the new defensive rules. You can't be in a lane, so it opens it up even more.
Now here's Jang. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. Nobody near George. Drops in the tray. George has got 17 now.
Yeah, what a quarter for him. Firing on all cylinders, putting this team in a good place.
And the layup's good off the glass.
High percentage look inside. Rubio always looking to maximize the value of the possession.
Lin the pass to Chang. To the middle. Here's George.
Nice.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
It's early, but they have taken full control of this game, and the fans here, they know it.
Now here's Bosch. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Bosch, the screen. Kicks it out to Rubio. Off the mark and a bad shot there. Nets leading by 13. George dishes to Lin. Levert the pass to Chang. Here's Lin. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And for the Cavaliers, they're shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Takes it to Howard. He dishes it to Rubio. Back to Howard. Shumpert in the corner. A rebound by the Nets. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
And after a near win, you second-guess a number of things that didn't go your way.
I think looking back on that one, it's a learning experience. We'll see if they can make some of the necessary corrections.
Rubio the pass to the chosen one. Shumpert in the corner. Trains the three-pointer. Shumpert's got his first 3 points of the game.
And the team wants Shumpert to be a 3-and-D guy. Just has to be more consistent out there.
Feeds to Ingles. They set the screen. Pass to Levert. Takes a three. He doesn't hit that one. And Cleveland the other way now. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Guys, there's so many great scorers in our league. It makes it tough to get stops, but somehow they were able to do it consistently in that one.
The reason why their rotations were quick, they prevented easy shots and they kept their opponent out of rhythm.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. 30 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Shumpert, and the layup is good. Shumpert's got 5.
You know, Shumpert has struggled around the rim, but he got that one to fall through the defense.
17 seconds left to play here in the first. Now here's Lin. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Miami. Outside, George. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the Brooklyn Nets. He nailed it from long range in that quarter. Winds up with a total of 4 3-pointers in the period. Back to the action after this word. And Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league, from going undrafted out of Harvard to where he is now. He says he remains very grateful.
I wasn't sure, if my career would ever pan out the way I was hoping for, or if I would be able to stay in the NBA. And so for me to be here playing, to be able to know I'm going to play in the game, in an NBA game, it's just, it's pretty cool.
Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lin has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lin.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
I mean, through one, you have to like the effort, especially on that defensive end.
There are several ways, as you know, to take control of a game. Getting stops is one of them.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. We've got Chris Bosh. Ricky Rubio is out there with Iman Shumpert. Then there's Howard. And it's the chosen one in at the 3.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
The feed to Matthews. Right side, Lynn. It's over Rubio. Good D by Rubio. The Cavaliers trail by 6. For the 3. And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, a little too physical on that play. Tries to climb over the top of him and gets whistled for it.
A real easy call. I know you want to attack the glass, generate second chance opportunities, but you also have to pick your spots.
The Nets making a switch here. Whitehead's checked in. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Daniels is checked in. Rubio outside. The pass to the chosen one. Bosch, the screen from the stripe. The rebound by the Nets.
And that's the look this offense is designed to produce.
Always frustrating when you do everything right, yet just can't complete the play.
Now here's Matthews. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. The Nets making a switch here. Lydon's checked in. The Nets have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
I'm not sure, Greg, there's a player who better fits the description of a grinder than Wes Matthews.
Yeah, so tough, too. I mean, mentally and physically. He talks about inflicting his personality on the team, and he truly is what I'd call a culture builder.
Here is Matthews following the score by Cleveland. He kicks it to Jang. Scoring his third straight basket in 3 tries.
And because of his size, that's a difficult shot to contest.
But it's not just the size, it's the natural feel for the mid-range game. Not everyone has it.
Now here's Love. He picked up 15 points in their last one against New Orleans. Daniels kicks to LeBron. Pass to Baldwin. Three-pointer. And it's Lynn with the rebound. Nets leading by 9. It's rebounded by Baldwin. The Cavaliers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played, LeBron dishes to Love. And the dunk by Love.
The facilitator, LeBron, sees the entire floor. If you're open, you know what? He'll find you.
Pass to Whitehead. Matthews against James. Passes it to Whitehead from downtown. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Because he's inconsistent from range, the defense dares him to take that shot. Bad gamble there.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. And they say it's a players' league, but we know great coaching makes a difference as well. And Steve, what was a moment in your career where you really were impressed with what a coach had done in a practice, a game, whenever?
Coaches make a difference. We obviously understand, like you said, it's a players' league. The players go out and play, but you got to have leadership. And when you have great leadership to go along with great players and great people, you have a chance to win. You might not always win it, but you feel good at going through the process. I've had some great ones, and some that stick out. Lenny Wilkins in Atlanta, talking about a great coach, a great person. And Greg Popovich, to get a chance to play for those two guys has been phenomenal. And I can always look back on some of the things they did. And a lot of moments, Kevin, off the court more than on the court.
Interesting. Well said. And the first one at the line is good. So he gets them both. The Cavaliers trail by 9. Out to the right wing. Here's Baldwin. 7 points in the game. Love the pass to Baldwin. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Wesley Matthews picks one up. The Cavaliers shooting their first free throw tonight. Brooklyn leading by 6. Russell kicks to Matthews. There's the pass to Whitehead. They set the pick. Here's Allen. Second chance effort. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And this is his second trip to the line tonight. The first free throw is good.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
And Allen drops them both. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Here's Baldwin. 10 points for him. In the corner, Daniels. Cleveland moving the ball around. Clock at 4. James dishes to Love. Over Allen. That shot off.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
They swipe it. And now here comes Daniel. Leading the break. Here's Love. And Love throws it down.
And how about Kevin Love showing he can get above the rim when he wants to.
Brooklyn leading by 6. And here's Russell. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Beyond the arc. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And this really is the story of the game. They've been outstanding from beyond the arc, especially in the second quarter.
Baldwin kicks to Love. It's good.
A more physical player than he's given credit for. Love finishing through contact, plus going to the line.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
Simmons checked in for the Nets. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Russell passes to Allen. Screened by Russell. Takes the 3. They get it back. Leiden, and a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Leiden's got 7 points in the game.
Fantastic positioning on that offensive board. Then right back up.
Love kicks to Baldwin. From deep, James. Rebounded by the Nets. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Russell high post. Pass to Whitehead. Back to Russell. Jacks up a 3. Offensive rebound, Nets. Count that one. And it's a 10-point Nets lead.
And sliding inside, under control. Russell still just scratching the surface of his full potential.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. George is checked in for the Nets. And Cleveland also making a change. Derrick Rose is checked in for Troy Daniels. Cavaliers have gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter, well above the 50% mark from the field. Love with the screen on Russell. In the corner, it's James. Stolen by Allen. Shot from 12. And it's George missing. The Cavaliers trail by 10. Here's Baldwin. 10 points for him. Drills it from outside. 9 points in the game so far.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Over to the left wing. Leiden gets the bucket. And the Nets lead by 10.
You see he's feeling it now. Shot looks much more in sync this quarter.
The shot from 20 feet away. That shot off the mark. And Brooklyn will come the other way. From deep, George. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Here's the screen. Here's Baldwin. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
From deep, George missing again. The Cavaliers trail by 11. No one near James as he lets it go. Baldwin kicks to Love. LeBron against George. James outside. Outside Rose. Shot clock at 6. The drive by James, and Allen with the block. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And a look here at the shot chart for George.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times, because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
Brooklyn leading by 11. Pass to Leiden. Allen dishes to Simmons. Rebound by Rose.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Here's James, and that one drops for him. LeBron's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Cleveland. Passes to Leiden. Fires the 3. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Leiden's got 13 points.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
LeBron passes to Love. Cleveland moving the ball around. LeBron kicks to Rose. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Allen with the screen for Russell. The pass to Leiden. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
And boy, has he come alive. Since the start of the second quarter, he has been on fire.
Baldwin the pass to Love. The kick out to LeBron. Off the screen and finished off by LeBron.
The power, body control. LeBron finishes through contact as well as anyone we've seen.
Nets leading by 12. And for D'Angelo Russell, the former number 2 overall pick in 2015 out of Ohio State. Greg, in your opinion, what makes him so special as a prospect?
I think it's all about his skill level. I mean, the league loves players who can handle, pass, and shoot. And he can do all 3 at an elite level. And he's not just a stationary shooter. He can hit pull-ups, a very good in-between game as well. Let's just see if he can continue his maturation process.
Powerful high flyer. LeBron attacks the rim like no one else.
The Nets shooting well, 50% from the floor. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Yeah, I mean, just wants to make sure everybody's on the same page here going forward.
You know, sometimes the best way to approach it, let your guys know what they're doing well and give them 1 or 2 things that they could have done better.
Now, here's George. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against Miami.
And they were just struggling to stop him. They sent him to the line over and over, and the free throws were a big part of the game.
His temperature is rising. I mean, it is rising.
Lynn against Rose. Down low. Block. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And last season, he was successful 81% of the time when he went to the line, so he didn't waste a lot of opportunities.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And George kicks to Ingles. There's the dish to Lynn. Zhang with a screen on Rose. 6 to shoot. A nice pick right there to get him right to the rack.
And really respect the confidence of Lynn. His teammates love how he runs these pick and roll plays.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Bosch, a screen on Lynn. Rose with the ball. Here's Bosch. Yes, that goes in. Bosch has got 5 points now this quarter.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession, you won.
And so it's Brooklyn, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Kevin. How do you guys get back in this game after the first half?
Thanks, Josh. I mean, we're getting good ones. I don't know what it is. We had a day off. Should have got our legs under us in the second half, come out, go on a big run like we usually do, and we'll be fine.
We'll see how it goes. Thanks a lot, Kevin. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He ended up with 22 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
PG-13 breaking the box office tonight. Paul George, one of the league's truly elite two-way players. What he does for the team is beyond measure, and he put the rulers away.
Kenny, let's get your insight on Cleveland.
Well, the perimeter D is just too loose. I mean, there's no excuse for letting the team rain that many threes on you. And at that high a percentage, guys aren't fighting through screens. They're not staying with their shooters. They're not helping out. Just bad basketball on the defensive end. They've got to tighten it up on a high level in the second half.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Welcome back as we get a beautiful aerial view of the Williamsburg Bridge connecting Manhattan and Brooklyn. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Scoring consistently from range. He really lit it up there in the first half.
Yeah, the defense has to adjust. Extend out to him in the second half, and that could create a lot of floor spaces.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. They've got Paul George. Allen is out there with Leiden. Then it's Simmons. And it's Russell in at the point guard. So that's the Nets 5. Now here's Love. Pass to Baldwin. Three-pointer. And it's Russell with the rebound. Nets leading by 12. Launches it. The three-pointer is right on target. Russell's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Nets. Pass to Baldwin. Cleveland moving it around. The three-pointer, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here is Russell. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Here's George. Kept alive. Outside for Simmons. Here's Allen. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Allen's got 8 points.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Yes, in the first minute or so, you knock down a couple shots. You are in rhythm.
Now here's Rose. Takes a three. Bangs home the trifecta. He's got 12.
Derrick Rose moving the basketball with ease, really setting up his teammates, setting the play for them.
Now Russell. There's the screen. Outside, George. Passes it to Leiden. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Love's got 7 rebounds in the game. Love with the screen on Russell. Back to Rose, to the wing on the left. And here's Love for 3. Excellent D there from Allen.
Just 1 for 4 since the break. They are looking for better efficiency on the offensive end.
Russell dishes to Allen. A 3 ball. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Love's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
And this is how you fire up your teammates. LeBron with a 10 on that one.
And that last replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now, here's George. He's got 22. Count it. And with that basket, he's now 9 of 15 from the floor.
And George just has that extra gear. Well, once he kicks into it, he is nearly impossible to stop.
Timeout called, Cleveland. And Smitty, as an NBA player, you got to travel all over the country and see just about every major metro area in the nation. When you were playing, you were doing all that traveling, which city did you always look forward to playing in the most?
You know, Kevin, I thought it was Miami when I left Miami because I had the friends. And let me be honest, the weather and getting a chance to go back to the restaurants. But I think the energy and the basketball knowledge of the fans just walking around is New York City. You have great conversations with people at a deli all around the city of New York, and then playing in the Mecca. New York was my favorite place.
And they made you feel appreciated there, whether they despised you because you were good and were going to hurt the Knicks, or you were playing for New York and they could cheer you on. Am I right?
Yeah, you're totally right. The one thing they did, Kevin, like you said, playing well or not, or rooting for you or not, they always told you the truth.
Simmons passes to George. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
A chance now to see the numbers for Derrick Rose. How he performed last season. He was around 12 points a game, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. Not bad numbers, but for a player of his talent, you have to think he can do more.
Well, sometimes even the best hit a little flat spot. It's natural. He'll get on a roll, and I think he'll be fine.
And Simmons kicks to Russell. A 3. Love grabs the board. Love's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
The Cavaliers shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And last season, when they got themselves to the line, they usually came through as a team up around 81%.
Whitehead's checked in for Simmons. And so he hits both. Here's Whitehead. Allen outside. Now the pass to Leiden. The three-pointer, no good. The Cavaliers trail by 14. Here's Baldwin. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. And here's Russell, 11 points in the game. Here's Leiden. No good on the triple.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
Back to James. Pass to Baldwin. He feeds it to James. They set the pick. Rubio. 6 to shoot. To the paint. With the shot, Love, no luck.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Pass to Leiden, jacks up a 3, and that's collected by Love. Love's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Allen with the rebound.
Lazy defense against a good score. Turns out not to matter.
Russell with it. Guarded now by Rubio. Here's Whitehead. A three-pointer off the mark. The Cavaliers trail by 12. Rubio with it. He's got 6. From beyond the arc. Allen with the rebound. Nets shooting an ugly 27% since halftime. And Matthews kicks to Russell. lets it go from 14. Green for 2 points. Russell's got 13 points.
Yeah, with the size and quick shot release, Russell a tough cover from mid-range.
Baldwin the pass to Rubio. Here's Baldwin. 16 points for him. Drains it from beyond the arc.
He's done his job tonight scoring the basketball, but they've still been outplayed overall.
Whitehead passes to Russell. And they double up Russell. Outside Matthews. Shot from the wing. Again, the Nets for 2. The Cavaliers trail by 13. Now Rubio. Pass to Baldwin. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And we take a look here at the shot chart for the Cavaliers.
And looking at this shot chart, you can't help but feel that this entire team has played passively on offense. There has been little to nothing going on at the rim or in the paint for that matter. And when you don't attack the defense and put pressure on them down low, you are making life far too easy on them.
Both good from the line that time.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Inside. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And really, Lynn has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Baldwin kicks to Rubio. It's good from long range. He's got 9.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Here's LeVert. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Outside, Lynn. Jang with the screen for Lynn. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. And Iman Shumpert, known on this team for his boisterous personality. And he makes a statement with his hair, too, doesn't he, Steve?
Yeah, sometimes the high top fade, some other hairstyles, I'm not sure what we can really call them. Kevin, do you want to try out some of those looks?
No, thanks, Smitty. Lynn dishes to Jang. Back to Lynn. There's the pick. And there's the pass to LeVert. Doubled by Bosch. Pass to Whitehead. Fires for 3. Good on the three-point shot. Whitehead's got 6.
I'll tell you, even though he's a question mark from range, you still have to defend him.
And Rubio kicks to Bosch. Outside jumper. Down low. Pass to the chosen one. Cleveland moving the ball around. Baldwin can't get it to go. Nets leading by 11. Outside, Lynn. Ingles trying to get open. A nice shot by Lynn. Lynn's got his second basket of the game.
And Lynn is just fearless, always looking to get as close to the bucket as he can.
Passes it to the chosen one. Back to Rubio. They set the pick. Out to Shumpert. The 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Outside, Lynn. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Lynn's got 4 this quarter.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
With this big of a deficit in the score, you think the losing team would be playing harder. Nope, the opposite.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And there's the pass to LeVert. Pass to Whitehead. Dishes to Ingles. Count that one. And the Nets lead by 17.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
timeout called the Cavaliers.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
Paul George, he's checked in for Whitehead. Howard's checked in for Cleveland. And Rubio kicks to Shumpert. Rubio, the pass to Howard. Here's the chosen one. To the inside, Bosch. And Chris Bosch with the slam.
And being that Bosch is 6'11", dunking comes easy. And once he's this close to the basket, he's ready to attack.
Pass to LeVert. Jang, a screen. And the chosen one gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul.
Lynn dishes to George. Jang, a screen. And George kicks to Zhang. Deflected by Howard.
And Howard takes his shot blocking very seriously. Skying up and sending him back with his impressive vertical.
We've got 1:13 left in the third. And the rejection by Zhang.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Howard against Zhang. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. For Cleveland, they have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. That free throw, no good.
You know, Dwight Howard wants an MVP caliber performer, but age and injuries now affecting him. Still a tremendous, I believe, at rebounding and defending the rim.
Here's LeVert, guarded by Shumpert. Five on the clock. The outside leaner, and it comes off the front of the rim.
And whether he's a great off-balance shooter or not, the leaner's probably not the best option on that shot.
Howard against Zhang. Howard in the post. And the layup is good.
Yeah, and when Howard is allowed to get near the bucket, he capitalizes easily on the offensive glass. He sees the game so well.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. All around, it's hard to point to any one area where they haven't had the upper hand in this game. Right back after this break. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Brooklyn leading by 14. On the court for Cleveland. The chosen one out there with Chris Bosch. Then there's Howard. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Shumpert in at the two-guard spot.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the three at a ridiculous rate.
Here's Howard. Rebounded by the Nets. Zhang's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Simmons. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. Outside Shumpert. To the paint. He had stolen by Ingles. Shumpert against Simmons. Snatched away. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Here's Bosch. Rebounded by the Nets. Outside Simmons. Takes the three. Nailed from three-point land. Simmons got 5 points in the quarter.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
That's what's extending this lead. The right plays, right time, and good finishing.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That's his first foul. The Nets making a switch here. Allen's checked in. Bosch, a screen on Simmons. Over to the left wing. And the three ball is good. Nets leading by 19. Now here is George. Outside, Lin. With the putback. It's good on the putback.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Rose kicks to Bosch. Outside Rose. Howard, the pass to the chosen one. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Howard. Rebounded by the Nets. Allen's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
You know, Smitty, as the game grows internationally, we've seen a contrast drawn between the academies, for instance, in Europe and Australia, and the youth basketball organizations in this country. Do you think we're doing it the right way? Should there be change, more policing of just how things are run at a very young level?
I think more policing, Kevin. I think also coaches being better equipped to be able to be around young kids. I think also how many games these kids are playing. I think obviously you want them to have games, but when they're playing 5, 6, 7 games in a weekend, I just think that's too much.
And there's the call on Howard. That's foul number 2 for him.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Wyden's checked in for Brooklyn. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Simmons dishes to Russell. Back to Simmons. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. George double teamed. Allen outside. Clock at 6. Back to George. Over Howard. And it's George missing. Cavaliers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. And Howard has it in the corner. LeBron James on the wing. And he goes right over Paul George and slams it down.
You know, not many people want to step in front of LeBron. Once he gets up a full head of steam, can't say I blame him.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game. Well, and each player has their strengths and their weaknesses, Smitty. When you played, what did you feel was your greatest strength as a player? And maybe the one area that held you back a little bit.
I think basketball IQ, being able to shoot the basketball, versatility. And then I think the one thing that held me back, I wish I was more athletic. I really wish I could jump, Kevin, high like a lot of these guys, because I think that gives you an advantage if you have both the IQ, the versatility, and athleticism.
Cavaliers have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. LeBron kicks to Love. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 4 assists now tonight.
Good job of closing the gap. Good defense, but better offense by Kevin Love.
Out to the right wing. Wyden tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Baldwin to the inside. It's stolen by Allen. Here's Simmons. That's short off the rim. The Cavaliers trail by 20, and it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And here's Russell. George sets a screen for Russell. Kicks it to Allen. He used that pick to get in close. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 12 rebounds. Baldwin the pass to Love. Here's Baldwin. Defended by Allen. for three. Baldwin can't get it to go.
In this second half, the defense have been baiting him to shoot the three, and we're seeing why.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
There's the pick. Just 5 to shoot. On the wing, George. They get it back.
You have to box him out or he's going to beat you to the glass on both sides of the floor.
For Cleveland, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Here's Baldwin. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. On the last few seasons, the NBA has seen its share of teams that provide that villain role for the league. The Warriors, perhaps with Kevin Durant, LeBron when he was in Miami and now in Cleveland. Do you think having a villain in the NBA is a good thing for the league?
Well, I think the right type of villain. And when you start talking about Kevin Durant and LeBron James, those are right type of villains because they're getting criticized as a villain because of not of their actions on the floor or off the court, just the choices they made to switch teams. But both those guys, LeBron and Kevin Durant, so far has handled it perfectly, and that's why the league's in good hands.
A steal, and the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Drops in the breakaway layup.
And a late reaction by the defense makes that one a no contest.
You know, he got out before people could turn their heads, and he's already gone with no hesitation.
Now, here is George. Defense right on him. 5 to shoot. Russell inside, working on Rose. Russell, no luck. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. James with the ball.
LeBron's explosiveness right there. If you're not a step early, you're probably going to foul him.
And Steve, so many star players get credit for their offensive game. LeBron James is just as much a factor on the other end of the floor at the defensive end.
Yeah, on that end, he's incredibly versatile. He can guard 1 through 5. He said that his chase down block of Iguodala in the 2016 finals was the defining play of his career. Obviously, he takes tremendous pride in his defensive game.
And Simmons kicks to Allen. Here's Leiden. It's good from long range. Leiden's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for Brooklyn.
And he's on his way to putting up a big three-point total.
Here's Baldwin. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Shooting one.
Tough. He's just so hard to keep off the foul line when he pushes the action. I love his activity here in the second half.
Passes to Leiden. Back to Russell. Simmons sets a screen for Russell. Here's Leiden. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Leiden's got 9 points in the quarter.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And LeBron throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And George kicks to Simmons. And that's collected by Love. Love's got his 16th rebound on the night.
You can see the frustration. They hold the lead, but he wants to be able to contribute.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Free throw good, LeBron.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Russell dishes to Allen. Screened by Russell. Here's Leiden. James covering. 6 to shoot. Takes it from 10, and it's Leiden missing.
And that can't happen. Missing the wide open chip shot.
There's a good screen. Off the pick. Oh! And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
The defense keeping its attention on LeBron. He hits the roller in stride.
Brooklyn leading by 12. There's the pass to Leiden. Outside, George. Outside, Simmons. Beyond the arc. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 4th assist in this one.
He really looks composed shooting the ball this half. Much more consistent, getting a much higher percentage.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Taking on the defending champs always adds a little extra meaning to the game. And with the way he's gotten after it tonight, it was clear this one meant a lot to him. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jeff Hornacek said to his team. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now, or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Allen outside. That shot misses. Great D that time from Love. The Cavaliers trail by 13. Baldwin up and in on the layup. Baldwin's got 34.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Russell passes to Allen. Screened by Russell. Allen kicks to George. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
And a high percentage look there, and he takes full advantage. Bumps up the lead.
Yeah, the lead now is double digits. Some tricky matchups out there. Not a lot of solutions.
That free throw good from George. Cleveland's gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Feeds to Love. It's stolen by Allen. Simmons dishes to Russell. Back to Simmons. Right side, George. Uses the glass to finish the layup. George has got 8 points here in this quarter.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
In the corner, it's James. And finished off by LeBron.
Leaving the defense shell-shocked at this point. LeBron having one of his nights.
They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Outside, George. Offensive rebound. There's the screen. Pass to Leiden. Takes a 3. The rebound by Kevin Love. The Cavaliers trail by 14. Rose passes to Baldwin. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 7th assist in the game. George with the ball.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Nets.
When you shoot this well from 3-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
Exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for George.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
Do you remember that 2003 draft? Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and this guy, LeBron James. He went #1 overall.
Russell kicks to George. And that time, also a missed shot.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Allen, a screen on Rose.
Cavaliers time. That's his second. Teams at the line for your Nets, Jonathan Simmons.
First free throw is good, and that'll push the lead to double digits. He hits both from the stripe.
Well, this is how you close out. Beautiful job.
Timeout called, Cleveland. They trail by 11. 17 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's what you take.
And this is what happens when you dig yourself a hole. It's hard to climb out of it.
You know, this part of the game, focus on good execution. The rest will take care of itself.
And the basket by Rubio.
The vision of love, the willingness to make the extra pass. Just more reasons why he's so dangerous in this offense.
Here's Whitehead. So it's the Nets picking up the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Jeremy Lin. Impressive team win tonight. What were your thoughts?
I thought it was a great effort, 1 through 15. Everybody just coming out with high energy and playing team basketball.
The ball got going and led to a big win, Jeremy. Thank you. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.